All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to move this one over. Wait, that didn't work. Yep, there we go. All right, we'll put it back. Okay. All right, so just to get started here, I'm going to take you to the MagicSchool website. It's magicschool.ai, and I would recommend bookmarking this website. So to bookmark this on my bookmark bar or into one of my folders, I have one called Software Programs or EdTech Tools. If I just click the little padlock next to the web address, I can click and drag, and I can put that into a folder. Or I can put that onto my bookmark bar here so that I have easy access to it the next time and don't have to remember that website, because that .ai is a lot different than other websites that we've used, or you could just Google search it as well. But it takes you to their main site. And from this main site, two main things that I find helpful, three actually, I'll go to three. If you scroll down here, it has a quick little video from the creator that kind of walks you through a really quick demo of the site. And this is how I got started, just watching this video to see what it was all about. So I'd recommend watching this one here. And then up here at the top under resources, they do have their helpful Google Drive resources filled with a lot of their training guides that I've looked through and are helpful as well. And then lastly is the sign up and the login. And all it does is uses your Google account to sign up. So if you click on the sign up, it's free. Instead of putting in an email and a password, you can just choose sign up with Google, and it should know your Google account already and get you signed in. You may have to do some information about your profile. I went into my profile and I just added a picture here, and then I added some specifics about me, what subjects I can put. It'll ask you what grade levels you teach. It's a little bit of a verification to make sure that you actually are an educator, which is nice that it does do that, because this site is specifically for education and not for other areas. So if you don't give the answers necessary, it may deny you access to the site. So again, one of the reasons I like MagicSchool, ChatGPT is great, but this one is specifically designed for education, and it follows all of the privacy laws and so forth. So once you get signed up and you get into the program, you're going to come to this landing page. Now notice that I have several that have stars next to them. This is my customization. These are my favorites, the tools that I would use most often. So they would be the first thing that would come up on the page for me when I land on the Magic Tools. There's also Take the Tour, which kind of will walk you through this page and help guide you to know what it is that you are looking at on this page. Right below Magic Tools, there is a chat bot. So this is a lot like ChatGPT, where you can ask it a question and it will give you a response. So if you ask it to help you draft an email to a parent or ask you to explain a specific concept, you can type that message in here and this tool will give you the answer. I've used it a few times, as you can see here. Melanie and I used it last week for the, am I supposed to say that, Melanie?
Yeah, you can say it.
She needed a quick name for the preschool program coming, and it was, what do we name this? And I said, well, let's just ask Raina. So we came in and I typed in, help me come up with some names for a preschool program. Our mascot is a wildcat and the school is South Vermilion. So I have a list of 10 possible names for the preschool. So it kind of gave us a list to get started off of and to start discussions with. But it's a helpful little tool, and again, designed specifically for education. And from here, I can copy those responses and I can put them into an email, a chat, a Google Doc, wherever you can paste content and so forth. I've used it several times. I used it one time trying to come up with the explain McKinney-Vento to parents at a 3rd grade level. So you can get as specific as you want here. So if you want it to be a little bit more simplified, you can give it what level or who the audience is. So instead of just saying, please explain McKinney-Vento to parents, so that I could put a little blurb on the McKinney-Vento website to explain what exactly it is, then I said, let's make this a little less wordy. So then I took it down to lower text level. So you can get as specific as you want on these. I've even used it to help create my email for promoting Magic School. And so just asked it to create an email to classroom teachers, citing examples of how you can use Magic School in your classroom. So Raina is a helpful tool, and she will show up in the other Magic tools as well if you want to get more clarity on responses that you received. And then lastly, it's the output history. It actually saves all of the tool usage. So if I went in and I created a choice board generator for UDL, I can go back to that in the history. So you don't have to worry about saving. It automatically saves any of the generators that you've used. And if I want to come back in here and make a change to this and regenerate, or just hit generate again, it's going to come up with a new choice board for me. 3rd grade level. Solve real world problems involving addition and subtraction of multi-digit whole numbers. And given it a little more details for the choice board, use as many modalities as possible, some with technology integrations and others with no technology. So here I have a choice board based on the learning goal here. So the one thing that you had to do to prep really is just to know what it is that you're wanting the students to accomplish. And you have a choice board that you can then copy, and you can go out and paste into Google Doc, into a Canvas assignment, whatever it is, wherever you want to paste that. You can also share. So if you're working with other teachers, you can share out your tools, what you've generated from Magic School. That's what Rebecca did. She came out and she did several examples for me specific to elementary, and shared those links with me so that I can then use those to share with you as well today. So a lot of collaboration in here as well. But then down here below, this is where Raina is again, where you can ask for more specifics and fine tune this. I can change the text length. I can shorten it so it can be more concise. And I can generate questions from this as well. So a lot of additional tools for clarification or to go beyond the initial request that you've made. So choice board is one tool. From here, notice I can hit the star and I can favorite the choice board so it shows up at the top of all of my tools that are available. See an exemplar means it'll show you an example. So here's a 6th grade, and it will tell you just develop a model that demonstrates your understanding of the layers of the earth, and it gives you a choice board. So it just gives you an example for you to work with. Okay, back to my Magic tools. Another one that she shared was a decodable text generator. Let me see if I can find that one. Here it is. So decodable text, you can choose your pattern or your letter sounds. And then it will, this one was with the short E, and it gives you decodable text here. And from here, you can generate questions to get some reading comprehension. There's an examples option. You can ask Raina if you'd like to get some additional questions, or if you'd like some further clarification, or you want to expand upon the original decodable text. And again, you have your options here to copy and to share into another program.
So when you, sorry.
No, go
so
ahead.
when you copy and put that in another program, is that like Canvas, or how do you get that to the kids? Do you print it off, or how is that? Or is it just a link?
It would depend on what program you're using with your students. If you're using just a shared Google Doc, you would copy that text, it would go to your clipboard, and then you just paste it. So let me, if I come back to, let's grab this one here. Oops, it already generated. Let's try this again. Okay, so if I have my text up here in this top box, and I have my copy option, I'm going to click copy. Yeah, it's going to take me to a spreadsheet. That's not what I want. So if I have a new Google Doc, I've already copied, and if I right click, I can paste that here.
Okay.
And same thing in Canvas. If you have an open page or an assignment, you can just paste the text in, just like any word processing, any rich text editor, any document. In a Google Slides, it'll go anywhere that you can paste text.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Next one, we'll go to Math Spiral Review. So here we have 4th grade level. The content is multiplying using arrays. How many problems? You set this here, 5, 10, 15. And then if you want to give some additional criteria here, make them a mixture of word problems. And generate.
Wow.
It just, or I can just take this text away and let it do its thing. And of course, anything that you generate, and MagicSchool will tell you this in any examples, any videos that you see, they're going to urge you to make sure that you proofread, you look over the content to see if there's anything biased or if there's anything incorrect or such, because you are dealing with AI. So always just double check it and read it. There are a lot of tools in here. There's one that's a student feedback generator where you put in the assignment and what it is you're looking for, and then you put in the text from the student, and it will give you full student feedback. Well, of course, you wouldn't want to just send that to the student. You want to make sure that you read that when it helps you grading something, or it helps giving personalized feedback for a student. There's a report card comment generator, classroom newsletter tool here. There's emails to parents, text proofreading tool. It will proofread, correct grammar, spelling, punctuation, give you suggestions. So anything that it's going to send you, you always want to make sure that you look it over and make sure that that the content is what you want it to say and it is accurate. But these tools that have the purple on them, these are recent additions. I can tell you, since I started looking at this a couple of weeks ago, it has grown. I think they're at 57 tools that are available. Here's one on math story word problems. There's one that I wanted to show. Let's see, where is it? Make it relevant. I love this one. So make it relevant. You pick your grade level. What topic is it that you are studying with your students? So let's say, oh, help me, give me a topic here. Like something in history or science.
Middle Ages.
Thank you. Middle ages. And what do your students enjoy? What are they talking about?
We're talking about nights.
Like in their lives personally, like for example, Taylor Swift.
Always video games.
Video games, yeah, and maybe football.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to generate this, and then it's going to give you, they're going to take those interests of your students and try to make it relevant and connect it to the Middle Ages and give you some assignments. So from these assignments, you could ask Raina to, again, expand upon this, come up with maybe some additional lesson components, maybe a choice board. You can have it summarized. You can shorten it again so that for differentiation, if you need it to be a little bit more simple, I can click shorten, and it's going to simplify the text that it spit out. So for example, the first one, Taylor Swift is a troubadour. Teach about troubadours in the Middle Ages who were traveling poets and musicians. Relate this to Taylor Swift as a modern day troubadour who creates songs about love and life experience. Play medieval inspired songs to connect the past with the present. I don't know. Does she have medieval inspired songs? I don't know. But so again, there's one where you might want to read. Is that really true? I can think of 2 of her albums that might be similar to that, but yeah. So just a lot of tools. And again, the intention is to not make you do additional work, but to make things easier. The student feedback tool, I love that one. I mean, I think that one is a good one. Maybe this one, the AI resistant assignment suggestions, might be more at an upper level, but we have teachers asking all the time, what do I do to keep my kids from going to ChatGPT and just asking, having it spitting out their homework? It gives you ways to come up with higher level thinking questions that you can ask the students. Next, if just some additional supporting tools as you use MagicSchool, they have a great YouTube channel. Here we have Shorts, which I was not that familiar with Shorts, but I think it's YouTube's version of TikTok. But you can subscribe to the MagicSchool AI channel. I've already subscribed to it. And from here, you can look at what videos they have available. So they even have one, top 4 tools for sports coaches, for technology coaches, English teachers, special ed, math teachers.
Wow.
Using it to create a lesson plan, creating an IEP. It has a lot of tools, again, for special ed.
Where was this found?
This is YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you just search MagicSchool, I'm going to put it as one word. I always forget. So here you can see this is the channel.
Okay.
And so you would want to subscribe to that channel, or you could just come in here and search MagicSchool and Raina, for example. And there's that walkthrough video. But you can look for something specific, or you can just browse through these videos. They all are very short, so you're not going to be sitting through a 30-minute. They're 3 to 5 minutes at the most. I watched one earlier that gave the top 4 tools for social studies teachers, and I think it was 3 minutes and 47 seconds. So they're pretty quick watches. But let's go back. The other thing that I have done is I put these resources. I always try to put everything on this technology resources document that we created. So if you scroll down, here's the new MagicSchool AI section. So here's a link to the website, all those quick guides that they have in that Google Drive folder. Here is their YouTube channel, the different toolkits, and then they have a Facebook group as well. And so I've seen a lot of teachers going on there, and they'll say how they've used it in their classroom and give some examples. So anything that you can find from what other teachers are doing is always helpful.
Absolutely.
Yep. So this is the first after school PD I've done, and it's probably because I love this. I love this tool. I just see so many possibilities for teachers. There are some fun ones on here as well. Let's see if I can find them. colleague song generator. So if you have somebody whose birthday's coming up, you put their name in. What is it that you want to celebrate about the person? What do they love? What do they do? And then you name the song here, and it creates the song for you.
Wow.
So
That should go over our morning announcements.
that would be, and I haven't done, Jason did one on Micah Williams for us, and it was to Another One Bites the Dust. And I didn't get into it to see, does it actually play the music for you, or is it just the lyrics? You could play the instrumental with the words. I'm sure there's ways to expand upon it, but I thought that one was a lot of fun. So there are some fun tools in here as well, besides just, how to creating a lesson plan. Here's a project-based learning generator. There are some nice tools using YouTube. If it has a transcript, it will take the video and generate questions from the video, and it will tell you at what time to ask the question. So if you use Canvas Studio, you can bring that video in and you already have the questions generated for you. It tells you what time to put the questions. So that's another really nice tool. So I would recommend just kind of scroll through here, look through these over the next couple of minutes, maybe try them out. And if you have any specific questions, let me know and I can help you with it.
They have something for everything.
They definitely do. It's
letter recommendations. That's cool.
We have high school teachers who are using that like crazy because at this time of year, they get asked to write so many letters of recommendation. I also love the multiple explanations for complex concepts. I could see a lot of use for that.
Yeah, that's UDL. Different ways to
get
it accessible for them.
Mm-hmm. Melanie, isn't it something where they've talked about students in testing that they have not been exposed to a lot of informational text, or that's something Science of Reading is tackling?
Yeah, and so with our curriculum, our reading curriculum right now, CKLA is knowledge. It's called a knowledge-rich curriculum. So definitely working to build that background knowledge. One thing our teachers struggle with that, just had this conversation with teachers today, is that the content is so hard if they've not been exposed to it, because it does spiral. So I could see when you said, describe this in multiple ways, you can change the level. If our second graders are learning about the War of 1812, how would I explain that to second graders? So
do they have access to the text in a digital form where they could maybe take a couple of paragraphs or take a page, paste it into this informational text generator? Once you would do that, then you could shorten it. Yeah. Or level it.
Yeah.
That would be good for SPED as well, or small groups.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think if it's just a matter of copy paste, if you could take it from another tool or from the curricular resources you have and bring it into here, you could then use this to adapt it for students.
And Dr. Beaver, we're talking about that decodable text today, where we don't necessarily always have it, but we could use some of those strategies, but we don't have the decodable text. So this would be something that we could probably put in, whether we put in the digraphs or blends or whatever that they were talking about today.
Yeah, so many ideas.
Yeah, even if you could just take one of these,
Uh-huh.
just take one tool and go back and try it. I would definitely favorite a few of them because this is a pretty, can be an overwhelming list.
Yeah, you could spend hours on this.
But if you kind of, if you narrow it down or maybe look specifically like I'm looking at content and try to chunk it this way where you're just seeing just a few. And again, these are searchable as well. So if I wanted to just see, and maybe it's relevance. Nope, I don't know why it's not showing to make it relevant. Oh, because I'm on content. That's why. There it is. But yeah, you could narrow it down by searching. You guys have anything else you can think of?
I like the choice board. The choice board down there, UDL. That's a big piece of UDL. You know, to offer choice and let them choose from the menu.
Yeah.
What about a tracking like progress monitoring?
Oh, I don't see one for that. Do you, Melanie?
No,
I'm not on my computer. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'd search for it myself. But
That's not one I've seen. But I know
I bet they could make a spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But there might be one of these tools that you could
Adapt, maybe.
Yeah. And so once you get the basics, go to Raina and then ask for that.
Okay.
And maybe that's just a direct Raina question.
Okay.
So I'm amazed with what you can do. The only thing that I had hoped earlier when I created multi-step, I can't remember which one it was, but after I finished, I asked Raina to create Google Slides, and it does not quite have that capability yet. And I did see where it does not include images yet, but I think that's something that they're working on, which will be awesome for them to be able to add images in here into the activities.
Math spiral review.
That's amazing for end of the year.
Yes.
Or end of the grading period.
Or end of the week. Or end of the day. End of the lesson.
That's what I have to do. My morning work is a spiral because ours doesn't really spiral.
Okay, I have secondary at 3:25.
Okay.
You want me to pop off and you guys stay on, or?
No, I'm all good.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time.
All right, thank you.
See ya.